The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Greetings, my fellow warriors, the boy Meckanimal, and today I'm going to have a voiceover my workout. And this is my fourth motorcycle since I've started the conjugate method. And today is my max effort day, meaning I'm going heavy, and the goal is to aim for a one repetition maximum and then back off and go for between 2 and 3 repetition of 90% of my one rep max. And so far I've been doing some good progress, and unfortunately uh, this beginning of cycle, when I try to aim for like a 4 plates 80 kilogram, I fail miserably, which is okay. It's just that I have to keep sharpening the blade, build volume, and then eventually, when adaptation occurs, everything should be fine. And then I went up for the one arm negative, which, as you can see, is tremendously awesome. So, at least for what it's worth, the program is working well. Even though the weighted pull up we did not go as planned, my one arm pull up is coming along pretty well, which is understandable because I already have the skill. I just need to master it, and I've foregone it for a little bit, and I've decided to pick for the one arm pull up 2 weeks ago. Uh, just like that, it's been a while, and I figured that my pulling was getting tighter and stronger. And when I cycle to my max efforts of single arm movement, I've just decided I reached a level where I could peak for the one arm pull up. So I'm looking forward to 6 weeks from now to be able to, get some solid one arm pull ups and then see from there where I go. Meanwhile, I'm still working, building volume on the tuck planche. For a while now, I've stopped focusing on some of the skill like planche and front lever. I just try to work on my weaknesses, on the basics, and then when I feel like I reach a good level, then I can pick for the skill again. And that's what you observed on the front lever assisted with the band. And that one has been inconsistent. So some days I just decide to go for RPEs. So sometimes you will see me use some heavier band for assistant. All the time I use a lighter band depending on how my body feels. As long as I can go for a rates upper seated exertion around 8 and 9. And fast forward, as you see now, I've been including the iron cross holds at the end of my workout, and this is the end of my max effort day, and I'm going for 3 sets. Been building from 15 seconds, and now I'm up to 22 seconds or so. Yeah, so it's coming on well. Just trying to stay comfortable in that, and by the time I can build to 30 seconds for 3 sets, I'll be good to increase intensity. Now I'm on my dynamic effort day, and on the dynamic effort day, I'm starting with some pull-ups, and pull-ups with the explosive pull-up, then muscle up, and yeah, so far so good, building up consistently. I started incorporating some weighted muscle up on my dynamic upper body days. Usually, I will go for chest to bar high pull-ups, and it's been like 5 months now, going six. So I feel like okay, I've built enough sturdiness, and it's time to increase the intensity by going more explosive without being taxed that much, which I did. And last week I started with weighted muscle up. So I've had a max of 35 pounds, about 15 kilograms. So from there, the goal now is to every dynamic effort day, trying to go for a max weighted muscle up, then cut back down to 90% of it and do like a 2 by 3 or 3 by 3 before I do my explosive weighted pull up, which I did today with 50 pound, and it looks like the quality has been altered by the weighted muscle up. So that's something I will have to adjust next session. And now forward to the dip. I'm going for 8 sets of 3 with 75, yeah, 75 pound. And same thing I did for the weighted pull up. It was 8 sets of 3 as well, about 24 repetition altogether. So that's how I usually start my max, my dynamic effort day for the upper body. And then for accessories, I've been doing the Maltese ring flies. It's been going very well, and now I reach a point where I need to go a little deeper to test the ground over there, and I use the band for that matter. Help me build more repetition and increase the intensity so I can go deeper. And by mistake, I've like right now I've gone for the set without the band, and as you can see, I went pretty low. It wasn't too bad at all. But obviously, because of the intensity, my arms are less adducted to my hip, and I tend to flare it to abduct it a lot more than I'm supposed to. Like here with the band, the assistance, I can bring my arms a little closer to my hip as I go down. When the intensity is too high, it tends to be uh, like a regular ring fly. And another accessory will be the one arm roll. I've been doing the archers for the past mesocycles, so slowly building to it without being taxed, even though I could do that from the get go. Just want to build, take time to build volume, then increase intensity slowly, and still be able to adapt without being overwhelmed. So it has reached a time where I will do the one arm roll, and it's pretty flat, a good enough range of motion. 3 set of 3. I'm gonna be increasing it to set of 4 and then 5, and increase intensity. Simple as that, you know. And finishing with cross again, the partial cross. Today, still keeping around the same, between 20 and slightly more a second. I'm going to go for 3 sets as well, and hopefully within 6 weeks I will feel comfortable enough to be able to drop slightly more and build again. So that's how it works. And yeah, so far so good. I would have wished that my the beginning of this mesocycle will be better than that. but it seems like I reached a plateau where I will have to grind to earn progress on my maximum efforts. So all I can do is keep progressing on the dynamic efforts, where I go for speed and lesser weight, and hopefully, in time, I'll just break the PRs. Because for 5 months now, I've been breaking PRs every week, nonstop. So it reached a point now, it stalled a little bit, which is okay. But I'm sure after this cycle of 6 weeks, I'm gonna be breaking record again. That's 100% guaranteed, and I'm feeling great. Uh, Now I'm going for some speed work on handstand push-up. I have not done any specific overhead press work or handstand push-up skill work. I've been mostly working with assistance of the wall and building some strength in my shoulder. So it will be a good way to see if I can carry over to some stronger overhead press when I decide to stop the cycle. Yeah, it will be good experiment. Feeling fast, feeling more and more comfortable, accumulating easy 30 rep counts. Like here, 6 sets of 5 repetition. I did, and yeah, so I keep it around that. And as I go through the cycle, I will reduce the rep count and increase the the number of sets, so that as fatigue adds up, I don't have to strain too much and still able to keep the speed. Yeah, so that's how the programming works. And moreover, I think that's about it. That's about all so far on my upper body workout during the week. That being said, is 2 days of upper body, one for intensity days, and another day for speed. And that's how I've been doing for the past 6 months. And so far, so good. Hopefully, it was clear and descriptive of my uh, of what I have going on. And feel free to leave some comments and question if you have any concern that need to be enlightened. And that's about it. Everything is and will always be the Meckanimal way. Salute.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.